And will we see Parliament debate, dissent and decide rather than these continued disruptions is the question we are asking here today. Joining us for a discussion on this is senior journalist Mr. Sanjay Kapoor. Mr. Kapoor, welcome to Newsnight. So that's the big question really that we're asking. You've seen these continued disruptions that are taking place in Parliament. The Finance Minister also saying, the opposition is coming out with issues not just by the day but by the hour. How relevant are these issues?
I mean, the truth is that the Parliament should begin conversation, start debating. It cannot carry on endlessly the way it has been doing, There has to be some kind of method in the way things have to, play out in the coming days. And by the look of it, Congress is running out of options and strategy at the moment. They are trying to take advantage of the fact that they have, greater presence in Rajya Sabha. And they can somehow stall a lot of things that they don't want because they have the party leadership has other issues, especially the National Herald case. So they may not like to say that in so many words, but they want some kind of a compromise. They want a trade-off. And that is what is preventing the smooth flow of the Parliament. And this has become, almost endemic. Session after session is being disrupted for some reason or the other. And they always find some, you can say, incident in the past, a precedent that they can replicate and provide justification of what has happened. What may have happened was wrong in the past, and what is happening now is because it gives a bad name to democracy.
True.
And when it gives a bad name to democracy, it only feeds forces of fascism and all anti-democratic forces.
Yeah, but the issues that are also coming up, some issues are related to state subjects. Are these issues really relevant, and should they be coming up in Parliament when we're talking about democracy? Isn't Parliament a platform for our leaders to be debating on serious issues which are facing the nation?
This is exactly what I'm saying. What really happens that the entire, the conversation is getting hijacked by issues which should not be discussed in the Parliament. Because, if you look at the National Herald case, this is a matter which has come up in the court. And now when you decide to talk on that matter, when you disrupt, then you are taking attention from far greater issues like what happened in Chennai, the floods, climate change. On top of that, the lives of ordinary people, how they're getting impacted by so many other things. Like you have a problem of inflation, you have even in our neighborhood a lot of things that are going wrong. We need to have a serious debate about the happenings in West Asia. Foreign Minister, I saw she was trying to give a statement in Rajya Sabha. It was so noisy, we couldn't make out what the hell was happening there. So, it is a very messy situation. I think as a party which has lost out, the Congress should work hard in making the Parliament work and try to show that they have a lot to offer rather than, just stepping out and doing what they're doing. I mean, there is certain empathy that could be, that people could have for what Congress is going through. But I think they would benefit enormously if they actually participate in a debate, create circumstances where they are heard more. If you remember the debate that took place on the Constitution Day, the quality of debate was fantastic. I think in the entire country, the people who listened to that, they must have felt very enriched and better after hearing good speeches coming out from both sides of the benches,
True, and when you're talking about the quality of debate, I mean, the upper house of the Rajya Sabha is always known for the kind of quality of debate, but right now people, I'm sure, are just waiting for them to actually debate on those serious issues. And when we're talking about, the kind of mechanism, what really is the kind of mechanism that needs to be involved to make sure that Parliament really functions? Because, like we said, the opposition has been in the position of power and they should realize that how important it is to debate all these issues. I mean, earlier on, they were the ones to say that disruption shouldn't be taking place.
What has really happened is some kind of breakdown in Delhi's politics. And there are, I don't think, common grounds in which the party in the opposition as well as the ruling party are able to come together. And you have a new leadership in the Congress party, which I don't think people have enough links. I mean, you look at Rahul Gandhi, he is very belligerent, very, very aggressive on many issues. I don't know whether anybody in the BJP has actually owned up that they are speaking with Rahul Gandhi on trying to bring back Parliament into some kind of normalcy. Until that happens, I'm not very sure whether any mechanism is going to work. We can't have marshals to come and pick up people and throw them out. There has to be some way out where people get down and talk. And it is important in a democracy that you actually find ways, common grounds in which a conversation can take place. It is not necessary to pass bills. What is important is to discuss and debate, as very rightly put out by the President Pranab Mukherjee in Kolkata the other day, that it is important to debate. It's important to debate because that is where the salvation for people lies. When people are able to express themselves, people are able to say say what is actually annoying them or troubling them, I'm sure India is going to benefit quite a lot more.
You know, I'm sure you heard the package as well. Now, the defense that is coming in from the Congress, and they're saying that disruptions are also a part of the democratic process. But are they really?
You know, this is a debate which has actually gone through a certain kind of convulsions. We heard the same kind of argument being given by Arun Jaitley when he was in the opposition. He's the one who said something like this, and the Congress are playing it back. But you know, two things don't make a right. And the fact of the matter is, I think it's a burden on the Congress, because Congress time and again has been saying this, that democracy has to be protected. So this is the best way to do it. Get down and talk and start speaking with the government, to the treasury benches, and start debating on many issues. And today Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has actually quoted Jawaharlal Nehru and the importance of the parliament and the responsibility members of parliament, you know, what kind of responsibility is thrust on them when they're sitting in the house. I think they need to wake up. They need to actually start behaving more responsible than what they are, rather than pulled down by what the leadership wants on the issue of national. Because I talk to a lot of congressmen, and most of them, I think, would be very happy to return to the house and start speaking.
Okay, now with just 7 working days left, are we really going to see any constructive business actually taking place? You know, there are key bills pending in Parliament. Do you think we're going to see some semblance of normalcy restore, and really some healthy debate and discussion taking place, some constructive business taking place?
You know, I am not so pessimistic on this. You might see a few changes happening in the coming days, because I think the Congress is also not able to you know, put together a strategy by I don't think they have a plan what they will do next. I think a certain amount of trade-off might happen, and you could still see some serious debate in the coming days. I'm not so despondent as many others are, or who think that you know, a washout will take place in the coming.
Okay, so that's what we'll really hope for, that there is some debate that happens and we see some constructive business taking place. Thank you, Mr. Kapoor, for joining us here on Newsnight today.